Hello, everybody. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. I am here 365 days of the year to take your 12 political questions out of the chat. Just put your questions in the chat before I come on, and then I read on the collective energy. It's really all it is, and it's not 100% accurate, but it's interesting the insights we can get. Plus, this is a spiritual practice for me, so. 10% of my income from everything Black and Orange goes to Feeding America at feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. That is an ongoing thing. And if you're watching this on replay, hello. You go down in the description box. All the questions are there, and I timestamp them as I go. So on all of the live streams, and there are many, I've been here for 4 years, and I've been doing solid live streams since the day after Christmas 2019. So there are a lot, but they're all timestamped. So you can always go to the main page of Black and Orange, and you can hit the search, and you can go in and whatever you're interested in, or you can just drop in, pick what you're interested in, get in, get out, or do come by, because this is a hangout. This is a hangout live stream, and we have a great community. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. So, oh yes, Revolution Ricky, and the star of the show. The inspiration behind the Huey Lewis song, Power of Love. Absolutely true. Boo Boo's and Kitty. Yes, he's a good boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Yes. So. All right. I have lots of questions from you guys. So, let me see what I can come up with. Here's just kind of all over the place today, but I figure, we'll just kind of go loose and crazy. All right. And there's this black thing on the screen that this little tiny speck I can't seem to get off. So I look up, and it's like I've got this beauty mark. And while I'm not averse to the occasional beauty mark, it doesn't move when I do. It's like, oh, it's there. Oh, it's there. 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 Anyway, yes, birds of the United States. I liked that it was the United States here, and I loved the florals. So here we go. All righty. Ooh, I do want to I do want to check in on Alex Jones. Actually, first, I wasn't going to, but oh, thank you, Kathy Delisle. Thank you. Sure, H, I don't see it. Oh, no. It's actually literally on my screen. It was a little black speck of something. And I keep trying to get it off, and I think it's off, and then, I don't know, I see it again, and it's like, what? So I look at my screen, and suddenly I've got beauty marks. It's like, what? Anyway, all right. Okay, mouse, work with me here. 3:30. Let's jump right in. Still using the electronic app, I'm afraid. Shuffling still hurts. So, sorry. But this seems to be working pretty well, I think. So, it isn't a gnat. It's just a little bit of black dust, something. All right, let's check in on Alex Jones, because there are two things here. Punitive damages. How's that going to go? And also, I'm going to call this prawn. Kid prawn. Prawn. Because he says he was investigated for it before, and they cleared him because it was stuff sent to him. I have thoughts, But I'm not going to spend too long on that question because I will seriously hurl if I have to spend any real time in that energy. But anyway. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you. Wiki. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, yes. Yes. All right. So let's pull up ye old. Where am I? Okay. I thought I'd straighten this out. And like that. There we go. That should be a little bit better. And so, actually, goodness gracious, time is flying. Tempest Fugit. 6 minutes. Alex Jones, punitive damages. There are I'm hearing conflicting things about how much he's likely to get. But let's have a look. Alex Jones. Oh, you are so awful. Is his reckoning upon him? Punitive damages. Or are there too many limitations? Okay. They're going to win a chunk of change. Big chunk of change. Because of his lies, it is going to be enough to temper what he's going to be doing, at least for a while. After a year or two, he probably won't be able to help himself, but he'll probably go back to this garbage. But he just thought forever he could just do whatever he wanted. So they are going to get a chunk of change. The issue is when I pulled up these cards, what popped in my head was he won't have to like turn it over in a lump sum. He'll like pay it off over time. And he keeps on keeping on. But for what it's worth, these poor parents are going to get a chunk of change, and it will hurt this idiot financially. But maybe he'll think twice. Let's hope. Okie dokie. Lucky Your Heroine is saying that Alex Jones has to pay $1.5 million in sanctions as well. I don't know about sanctions. I know he has to pay $4.1 million just straight out of the gate. Oh, thank you, Meg. That's very sweet of you. Okay, so yeah. Okay, let's have a brief look at 8:30. 8:30. Yeah, okay. Here's the thing. So there was some kid prawn found on, this is just, there was some kid prawn found on Alex Jones' devices. And he says he's been investigated for this. When? Why? But and he was cleared because it was like emailed to him by viewers and stuff he didn't open or he never saw. But how's it on your phone? And to be perfectly honest, the first thing that jumps to my mind just logically is, what's the likelihood that this isn't what he's into? This is to potentially plant it on others. But yeah, entertainment only YouTube. I'm just reading the collective energy. But yeah, let's see. Is this going to become a thing, or is this just okay, he literally never saw it, it was just disgusting stuff sent to him, and my heart bless every child who is abused. Just pour divine energy, just pour down on these poor children. Just divine energy, just pour into them. Just unending love, so they know they are not alone. Raise the vibration of everyone in the world, so the monsters who do this realize what they've done, the damage they've done, and they stop. Divine Spirit, pour divine energy into the world until it is glowing with divine energy, raising the vibration of everyone and everything here. So people realize we are connected, we are one. And goodness is rewarded. Kindness is rewarded. Decency, support. Bless. Yeah, the energy is so bad. I mean, like, ugh. All right. The prawn. Alex Jones. The stuff found on his phone. Entertainment only, YouTube. Okay. Okay. For what it's worth. Oh, I want to hurl. But I'm not getting this being his thing. For what it's worth. I mean, who knows? Maybe my guides are protecting me, but I'm not getting that this is his thing. I'm getting that he's a bully. And, you know, all that stuff, if anybody saw it was there, why wouldn't they? They just erase it immediately. Or no, forward it to the police. Just forward it to the police. There should be a trail of forwards to the police. And stuff like that. Okay, seriously, gonna hurl. So, is this going to be a thing Alex Jones is going to have to deal with? I think they can hold some of this against him because he has it and he didn't get rid of it. But for what it's worth, I don't get that it's his thing. Ew. Ugh. Well, speaking of gross, because that's anyone who's new around here. Hello. This is why I do the flowers and the color coordinating and the, you know, all this stuff. It's to try to keep the energy high, because then we delve into just the grossest stuff. That's the news. These are the people who have power in our society. All right, let's go into Green Nightingale's question at 13:45. Well, I'll just say 14. At 14 minutes in, sage. I need some. Just tuck it in my collar for now. All right. Green Nightingale had a question. The hundreds of tips regarding I Like Beer, or as she called it, Beer Kavanaugh. Is it a Brett? Yeah. Okay. I just call him I Like Beer. The hundreds of tips regarding I Like Beer's alleged abuse and assault past were never investigated, admits FBI Chief Christopher Wray. Will they be looked into now and lead to Beerboys' removal from SCOTUS? Apparently, the tips were handed over to, wait for it, the White House. Yes, indeed. I remember that. Yes, indeed. MCalP 4,500. That's crazy. What? 4,500 what? Oh, is that how many there were? No. Anyway, Kavanaugh, you scumbag. Even if none of this is true, what I already know about you, you're awful. All right. I like beer. Are you finally going to be properly investigated? Don't forget. He had a lot of debt that suddenly went poof. Oh, Mel Broussard, 4,500 tips phoned into the FBI. Oh, jeez. Wow. Apple is saying that Christopher Wray has been stalling Congress to respond. Disgusting. Oh, jeez. How do these people live with themselves? Seriously, you have nothing better to do than just be awful and drink and gamble and be horrible to people? Seriously. Who has time for this garbage? Seriously. I don't. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to do this stuff anyway. But even if I had some inkling. Anyway, Pamela says, I like beer is still gambles. I think so too. We don't know for certain, but I think so too. Yeah, Mel Broussard, apparently not. All right, are you finally going to be investigated properly? And specifically about the whole gambling thing? All right, I like beer. I like beer. Squee. And donkey dog, or whatever the heck. Gross. Ultimately, it lands on Biden. Kathy Delisle says Trump remarked once that Kavanaugh would be in jail if it wasn't for him. He said it about a year ago. Julie Robinette is saying Sheldon Whitehouse is hot on his trail. Bless you, Sheldon Whitehouse. Thank you, Kevin. So at the end here, I've got Biden, as in appointing. It feels like Biden is going to appoint another Supreme Court justice. It just does. I for what it's worth, I know other readers are picking up different things, but I was getting two cards, like there were two justices he was going to appoint. Now, will that change the makeup of the court? This right, there's some kind of change between this fruits of labor. I got charity, and I've got this sweet gig, and I've got this power. I have the fruits of this labor, but then suddenly there's the change between that fruits of labor and this. There's something there. And the first two cards there do involve how he treated women. And he was victorious anyway, which is the Six of Wands, with strength in the middle. So I think they will be investigating stuff like that. But specifically, I want to know about his, let's specifically at 1930, let's ask about his debts. Past and current. I like beer's debts, question mark. My description's too long. All right, let me dump this stuff from down here. The okie dokie. Save. I might be able to get to that shockwave. I'm not sure. Okay, so Thank you, though. We'll make it 20. I like beer's debts. Past. This feels like a Celtic. So past and past and current, maybe future. All right. Brett Kavanaugh's debts, past and current. The messages he was putting out crossed with the truth. He's got some trouble ahead of him. Some howling at the moon levels of trouble ahead of him. Who was it who was just saying? Hello, B. Smith. Pamela Bryant's Stepford wife, too. Okay. Trillium Terrace says the court is taking a 15-minute break. But someone here was saying that they think it was Kavanaugh's parents who may have paid off his debts, and they were. Oh, here was Kevin. Thank you. Susan Lynn said her guides told her his parents paid his debts, then were mysteriously reimbursed. That was it. Thank you, Kevin. Well, he's got a big old judgment. Big old judgment. What other people see, he's just swanning around doing whatever he thinks he can. Hopes and fears. Home environment. Oh, he's victorious. Yeah. Yep. Are the debts going to make him an ex? Are Kavanaugh's debts going to make him an ex Supreme Court justice? Why does this card feel like him losing his law license? Isolation. It's almost, I don't like when cards are too good to be true, but this almost feels like a suspension from the Supreme Court. Like a temporary one, but then he loses his law license and there are investigations. And the star, which gives us hope, which gives women hope. The debts. Big money right there. Then he's on the defensive. Evidence laid out. He was the emperor. It's a card for the reading. Thinking he's all of that, but then he is suspended. That Four of Swords feels like his law license being suspended. Then an investigation, and then we women have more hope. That's what I'm getting. So I'll take it. Let's hope that's the case. All right. So, okay, there's some stuff here. I honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't entirely understand. There's some things in the news. A quick look. Okay, so that's there. All right. At 25 minutes in, Eileen had a question here. Eileen was asking, DeSantis is trying to appoint Judge Renatha Francis from the Florida Supreme Court again, even though she still does not have the 10 minimum Florida residency requirements for 2 or more years. Will he get her this time? Okay, that one makes sense then. Okay. Judge Renatha Francis, she's supposed to be on the Florida Supreme Court, but she doesn't have the residency requirements? Huh, what? One hour ago, Governor Ron DeSantis appoints Renatha Francis as new Florida Supreme Court. Governor DeSantis again appoints Judge Renatha Francis to Florida Supreme Court. He's done it. Yeah, I don't know that I've got anything to read on there because yeah, he did it. Most vexing. All right, so let's go on to the next question. At 26:30, Mel had a question. Will the passing of the Inflation Reduction Act, apparently Sinema is now on board, help elect more Democrats in the November elections? I hope so. So, will the passing of the Inflation Reduction Act help get more Democrats voted into office in November? Inflation Reduction Act. Well, the card for the rating is hope. I've got insult to injury. Then I've got bully, establishment, tower is in the center. 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands, Chariot. Chariot is people are going to be out voting. They're just... CC Ryder says the act has to pass Senate parliamentarian review. Okay. The Republicans have already done damage enough to their own likelihood of being successful in November. This is already here and it feels very strong. People are going to go out and vote in big numbers. And women, it's women and allies looking for hope. Because what they've been doing on the right, insult to injury. I mean, you're in a terrible situation and then they make it worse with these bullies in the government and women being hemmed in. And it's like, you know what? It's time you were on the defensive, Mr. Far Right. And they're in for a rude awakening. And this, yeah, people are going to go out and vote in a big way. So I don't have anything here about the Inflation Reduction Act. Let me see if I can get anything more. Will the Inflation Reduction Act pass? The Inflation Reduction Act pass. Well, high inflation is a theft of America's money. Page of Cups, people just trying to get by in the center. I'm not liking these last cards. Well, the Inflation Reduction Act. Am I missing something? The Inflation Reduction Act. Pass. Because Manchin's on board. Apparently Sinema's on board. It just has to pass the review. These cards at the end, this is all far right communications, Republicans. I wonder if it's just they're still going to successfully blame Biden for inflation, even though this should help. There's Biden trying to do something on the that's Biden trying to do something about the American people who are extremely stressed by this, and the Democrats really fighting for people. This is a big deal. This is a big showy deal. Strength right in the middle. All right, this feels a little bit better. They're still milling around over there, but they're not as strong. All right, I was focused over here, and I wasn't getting how strong the other side of the equation here is. So I think there's a real chance. It's not. I don't think it's going to be the major thing come November. I think human rights basically are going to be a much bigger thing. But this would definitely, hopefully this helps. Because one of the things about it, passing is how much does it change, how quickly. So it's great to pass something that says that, and what may have a great effect long term. But in the short term, because we are months away from the midterm elections. I mean, we are in August. So think, even if you say, okay, give us all of August, September, and October, the midterm elections are in 3 months. And in American politics, that's not very long. I'm getting Republicans here on the left, their dreams of a midterm sweep vanishing, and people coming forward and voting for Democrats. But I don't know that has anything to do with this act. So I still think Democrats are going to do pretty well in the midterms. That's what I keep getting. I mean, consistently. I mean, some of you, bless, you're here quite often. Yeah, Kevin Brazil saying today's job numbers look good. Sorry, Cudlow. Mm-hmm. Oh well. Speaking of Kirsten Sinema, 33. 30. Sinema won a provision to allow private equity and hedge fund financiers can continue to pay the lower capital gains tax rate. Oh boy. Will this come back to bite her? Sinema. Will this come back to bite her? Is anybody surprised? Anybody? There she is. Card for the readings of government, Hierophant. And then there she is. Center of her own universe. Because it all revolves around her. And by being contrary, she can bully her way and be very important, no matter how much she's making the people who got her that job, making them angry. The more she sucks up to people, to donors on the right, the less fundraising she has to do. Yeah. But is this going to come back to bite her? No, not really. We're not angry. We're disappointed. She's fundraising. She doesn't have to do as much fundraising, and as long as she's still calling herself a Democrat, we at least have control of the committees and what actually gets to the floor in the Senate. That is her usefulness at this point. That's it. So, yep, she's just gonna keep on keeping on. Okay. At 36 minutes, we're gonna go back to Florida. 36. The duly elected state attorney that DeSantis suspended for what is for, basically he calls it, DeSantis calls it dereliction of duty, because the state attorney refused to prosecute draconian anti-women legislation. Will the suspension stand up to challenges in court? So, DeSantis. State court. Bless this person standing up for their beliefs. Giving women hope. King of Swords in the center, that's a prosecutor. Tower, far-right communication and justice. Can you say tied up in court for years? All of this stuff? I'm getting women who are hemmed in, but who are standing up for themselves. They're strong in the center. That DeSantis and his ilk, disappointed they can't knock down everything. Although, trust me, both sides are in the attic looking at the old law records, trying to figure out what they can get away with or how they can counter the other side. Bismo says it's crazy, but I find myself hating Satan more than Trump. Well, around here, I think we can safely say we despise him, but I don't think we hate him. I really don't. I don't think we hate him because we just want justice. We just want justice. And other than that, he's a waste of space and he's pathetic. He's a pathetic excuse of everything that can go wrong in humanity. So, anyway. But this woman hemmed in, Satan, DeSantis, and his ilk, finding their situation weaker. That's what I'm getting. I get DeSantis here. I don't get this AG. That's all I'm getting. I'm afraid I'm not getting anything else. I do think I read about this person last week. Some point. But yeah, that's all I'm getting at the moment, I'm afraid. All right. Have a great weekend, Lisa, I have a date with my grandson. Sweet. All right. So let's go on to Glenn Bird had a question at 40:30. Let's see here. Will Biden allow and/or fund reserve troops like engineers with earth-moving and bridge systems and transportation to help Eastern Kentucky and California? Will Biden allow? Isn't this a It seems like more of a Google question, but let me see what I can pick up. Biden allow basically the military to help with these natural disasters. Oh, that's a question I didn't really. It's an answer I didn't really want to question. I hadn't asked. Right now, yes, Pamela Bryant. Is that like him calling the Army Corps of Engineers? That sort of thing. Yeah. There's been a lot of flooding and suspension. Knight of Wands, yeah, McConnell and Rand, yeah. I've missed the pictures. Have you guys seen the plethora of pictures of McConnell and Rand out helping the people of their state? Have you? Did I miss that? Did I? Yeah. But what I have here, doing what he can. My concern is what's coming. There are scientists starting to call summer the danger season. Hello, Cosmic Blue Avian. I am so sorry to say this, but we're not out of the woods yet when it comes to summer disasters. And we're just going into hurricane season. And there's still fire season, and there's still flooding, and there's still... So hopefully there is... Yeah. Pamela Bryant, they cannot be called until the state asks them to come in. Sherlock Holmes in blizzard season. Electra Storm says we're 3 months into hurricane season. Well, the worst, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought the worst of it tended to be in August, September, that kind of thing. But hey, if we're making it through hurricane season and it's just going to be really nice to us this way, hey, I'm totally in. But these are more natural disasters is my concern. So I don't know that much is going to happen here. Because that would make sense that he can't do anything until the state asks. Because this is the far right. The Knight of Wands is the far right. Glenn Bird says hurricane season peaks in August and September. Pamela Bryant saying hurricane season is June 30th to November 1st. Thank you. Pauline France saying August, September is usually the worst. Yeah. Katie Arbuckle, hi guys, just popping in to say I'm off to watch a Dungeons and Dragons stream. Oh, cool. So you'd think contact your state representatives. This is mostly about Kentucky. Glenn Bird and Mitch and Rand ain't asking. Suburban housewife says October is fire season in California. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good. I'm sorry. All right, what else have we got here? So, at 45:45, Electra Storm had a question. $45:45. 4 police officers tied to Breonna Taylor's death have been arrested. Will Breonna Taylor finally have justice? Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Let me see. Let me check the news. U.S. police charged over shooting death. 4 current, former, and former Louisville police officers federally charged by the FBI. Huh? Have a great day, Eileen. Well, now, this poor woman finally get justice. Yes. Right above this is justice hanging out. This is so sad. Like crying buckets sad. In the past, nothing was being done. Not enough was being done, certainly. Secret high priestess and strength. I don't know, maybe Black women in this country could be treated a little bit better. Just a little kind of, hey, thanks. Ugh. Home environment, fools, these idiots were walking around. Hopes and fears, what other people see, sending a message. Knight of Swords. Doesn't look good for them. Breonna Taylor, 4 officers. Yeah, they're done. According to this, entertainment only YouTube, the FBI has a good case. Yeah, justice right in the middle. This card for the reading, these people don't have a leg to stand on. They took ridiculously aggressive action, bullies, and here we've got justice in the middle. Again, that high priestess. Institution, heartbreak, swords through the heart. Yeah, the energy's a lot clearer on this one. Holly says, I read they falsified a search warrant. Oh, jeez. Yeah, yeah. Pack your bags, guys. You're not going to be home again for a long time. Just who faked up the search warrant too. Okay. Man. All right. Let's fake a search warrant and then go shoot someone in their own home. I'm never going to understand. I'm never going to understand. Okay, 49:45. Sometimes I just have to say, you know what? I'm not going to get there. There are some things I will never understand. All right, at 49:45, new civics training for teachers in Florida. It's basically what to think and what your opinions are. what our opinions are, will teachers rebel against the new civics training for teachers in Florida? Oh, jeez. What could go wrong? I'm sure they'll be reasonable. The government will budge a little, but only a little. Again, they're far right. They think they can get away with extremism and stupidity. People trying to teach, trying to do the right thing, and bless you, teachers, bless you. And here comes the far right saying, "Oh no, wait, you can't teach decency. No, understanding, empathy, of course not." They have had some small victories, and then this is putting far right propaganda into it's indoctrinating children. They're going to rebel. It's heartbreaking. They're just fighting to try and teach. And eventually, so you have activists there working against this, and eventually the government will have to give a little. But Snow Wolf says, Autumn, the teachers get a bonus for taking it. Jeez. But they're going to keep fighting against this corruption, insult to injury. They're going to keep fighting the good fight. Standing up for their students, standing up for their own integrity. It's a struggle. They have been called to the struggle. And it's not like teachers had it easy before. It's frustrating. I'm getting energy that is incredibly frustrating. So, jeez. Oh, gosh. All right, we've got 2 international questions at 5240, 5245. Yeah, 5245. 5245. Hungarian Prime Minister, okay, so we're starting at a place that's not pretty. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban has said, we do not want to become peoples of mixed race or join in Western Europe's mixed-raced world. Sit down. What, you think you're some pure... I have 2 words for you, mitochondrial Eve. And she wasn't pale. Sit down. It's sick. However, CPAC in Texas happily host him. How will it hurt conservatives? Is anybody shocked? Anybody shocked? So, CPAC in Texas. This is some... It feels like the energy here feels like Swiss cheese. It's got big holes in it. They keep doing dumb stuff like this extremism, thinking they're gonna make a lot of money. It's gonna be a new dawn for. There's a lot of talk about Christian nationalism. Is the next big thing. I think the word you're looking for is fascism, but I digress. The getting together, CPAC, getting to the base together, authoritarianism, but this gives, the more extreme they get, the more power it gives to Democrats. And this actually feels like the Democrats have been vilified for so long, but the far right Republicans are getting extreme enough that the good things Democrats have done and stand for is starting to appear, starting to be more evident out of the darkness. And to be honest, most people, they don't want to vote for racism. They really don't. Not saying there aren't some people who would. There's always somebody. But most people just want to get through their day. And they understand biology. Yeah. Exactly. Kathy Rollins is saying juries and deliberations on punitive damages in the Alex Jones trial. If you'll excuse the expression, give him hell. Okay. Kathy Delisle said, I've always said, if God did not want us to mix, why did he make the offspring so exceptional? Wheezy Squeezebox says, remember, man, that thou art dust, and unto dust thou shalt return. And that is true. Donna Belvin says, pale skin is a mutation. Yeah. Yep, they think this is winning. Oh, Brenda Cox. Autumn, can we pray for Marie's table? She's asking for prayers for her husband. Absolutely. Prayers for Marie's husband. Divine Spirit, bless Marie's husband. Pour divine energy down on him and her, their whole family. Bless. Also, if you have a moment, if you have any prayers to spare for Sarah, her father is in hospice now. And it's hard. It's really hard. So, Sarah's father. Divine Spirit, bless Sarah's father. Bless Sarah. Pour your divine energy down on him, on her, and their entire family. Bless. Okay. GM Dave, love is all that matters, not color. Yep. Exactly. Okay, and I'm going because of these people. All right, 5830. 5830. Russian state TV broadcast talked about reinstalling Trump as president again. Did they use the word again? According to Newsweek, in a future election, what's going on here? Russian state TV. Talked about reinstalling Trump again. Or installing Trump as president again. Reinstalling again is Department of Redundancy Department, but they're just trying to rattle our chains. They're just poking. They're poking at us, trying to divide us, and they see Biden as someone who's supporting Ukraine. They liked things better when Trump was there. There's Biden fighting the good fight and his people. Russia is suffering financially. If Putin cared at all about his people, he would stop the thing in Ukraine. And the Wheel of Fortune is turning, and in the end, who's left standing? Biden, the Democrats. Good luck. Yes, Catherine Rodriguez, Russian TV and Putin are trolling us. Yes. Don't feed the trolls. Yes. All right. I am pretty sure that is not 158 minutes. I am pretty sure that's 12 questions for today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. All right. So that is going to do it for me for today. Thank you. I want to make sure I cover 12 questions. And I'm at least here for an hour, bare minimum. But anyway, thank you so much. That's going to do it for me for today. Thank you. Done early today. Yeah, well, I did the questions, so here we are. Yeah, it's been an hour, so we're good. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go at 4 o'clock. I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel doing creative sprints, and I'm working on something to offer when I create memberships on this channel, and it won't be super expensive. I think I have an idea. And I always tell Sarah, it's always kind of scary when I'm like, I have an idea, because who knows what could happen. All right, I'll be over there working on that this afternoon at 4. You're always welcome. Other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow, because I'm here 365 days of the year. Weekdays, weekends, holidays, your birthday, my birthday, I am here. So come by. And Electra has the book coming. It's coming. It's coming. So thank you. All right. Oh, Elizabeth, thanks from Sweden. Thank you from Chicago. All right. Take care. I'll see you right back here tomorrow.